Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Tiendita Night. Woo! It is a pleasure. Yeah, it is a pleasure to have you all today. We have a very exciting show for everyone. My name is Andruchow. I'm your host. I'm joined with Father Nicholas Andruchow, the executive director of Project Mexico. Woo!
Here we are. Good job, Luke. Year two.
Year two.
Gonna see big things today. That's to say the least.
You know, that's the rumor. That's what we keep on saying. So let's hope it stands true.
Yeah, because last year was just a dream, and it came together. And now it's like year two.
Year two. We
it's
made
like
it.
Tradition.
I know. Hopefully this will be a thing that we can keep on doing because
Exactly.
I always enjoy it. It seems the people that tune in always enjoy it. So yeah, thank God.
It's good. Definitely tradition. Probably in a small T, not a big T tradition. But it's definitely a good thing that we're doing here south of the border because the purpose is just to share our community with other people way out there in the great beyond.
Exactly. And that's kind of what's exciting about today. We're just sharing the different aspects and the different parts of Project Mexico. So we're going to be talking about home building with Anna Cunningham, talking about education with Noel, talking about religious education with Shannon. We have so many different things on board today that we're all so excited to talk about.
Yeah, because, Project Mexico, we're touching pretty much, depends who you speak to, 35 years almost.
That's crazy.
I know. Way back when I was just a little person. And I wasn't there at the beginning. Greg and Margaret Yova were. And with this, what makes up Project Mexico is pretty unique.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we're people from all over the country, all over the world, different places in Mexico too. Older people, young people like me.
Yes, of course.
And that just make the this kind of machine keep on going, which is pretty neat. But we're going to hear about that today.
Absolutely, yeah. And also, while it's happening, we are doing an auction as well, which will be a lot of fun. So
that's right.
we're going to be auctioning off some jams, some crosses, some like giant portraits. If you want to see that, there'll be links in the description, also links in the chat every once in a while. Make sure to check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And also, we are having a little special contest / raffle today.
Nice.
Yeah, if you're watching Tiendita Night, make sure to post it on your Instagram story and tag us on Instagram. Yeah. And you could win a shirt or something along those lines. So.
Wow, spread the news.
Spread the news.
Encouraging people to do so.
Exactly. We want to get as many people here as possible. So yeah, spread the word. Let people know. And we're trying to raise $20,000 today.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. I appreciate that. Actually, just a little aside. This is my son, Luke. Okay, as he mentioned, and he's doing a great job. So talented, and he's using his education that you're studying at Cal State Fullerton, right, Luke?
I am. That's right. Yeah.
Theater design, right? Nice.
Pretty much, yeah.
Go here, something like that. And prepared maybe to design the theme parks of the future. And so, with this in mind, we think about. Thanks for using your skills to have everything go smooth here with this event because we're trying to raise money.
Yep.
Trying to pay the bills. $20,000, very doable. And there's a lot of different ways we can do this. When we talk about the education of the boys, making an impact, we have different events coming up too. And if you don't feel like touch to really just give a donation, which is a blessing. Like we said, great things for auction. That jam, freshly jarred jam, grown here on the 16-acre St. Innocent Ranch. Or we have some fig jam too, like blackberry jam, fig jam, and other things that'll be for auction. And at the same time, I know the Lord is going to touch all of us, so you get to learn about the ministries, and get to see some great people who are in the trenches here on the front lines. Get to see some of the boys who are back there. Can you all say hello? Hello. That's it. These guys are great. Some of my great altar boys back here. Ustedes servidores del altar. Hacen muy bien.
Yeah, but I think it's time to get the show on the road.
Okay,
So
perfect.
We're going to take a little break so we can set up, but don't go anywhere. We'll see you very soon.
See you soon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to. Wait, hold on, hold up. That's the right one. I'm gonna get a little closer to the screen so I can see this. Hold on. I think it's this one, right? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, sweet. Welcome to the next part of our show. Huh, I'm gonna sit back down. And here we are. So, welcome to Community Construction with Anna Cunningham. Anna, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Pleasure to be here.
So, what activity are we doing today here with you?
Well, as workshop coordinator, it is my job to build houses in our local community. So here, Luke and my godson and pasta noodles.
I love it. So, and is it like a competition, or are we just kind of like constructions?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome because I already know I'm gonna make the best house. So like,
We'll see about that.
It's already in the bag, and we also have some competitors back here, which honestly look amazing. Everyone's killing it right now, so it's gonna be might be a bit tighter than I think. But so Anna, so tell us about yourself. Tell us about your program. What you do.
Well, right now I'm the workshop coordinator here on the ranch, which means I kind of organize and facilitate all the home building program. So I'm in contact with the volunteers that come down. And this year we started a brand new program where I build houses with the community in the community. So the families bring their neighbors and family members to help do the construction.
That's super cool. Like, so the whole entire reason for that was kind of like because of COVID, right?
Correct.
Yeah, because like we want to build houses for people, but everything's kind of shut down. You know, we're not able to at the moment.
No one's allowed to come.
No one was allowed to come to Mexico. And so, so we're doing the community build initiative. And we've already done a few houses, right?
Yeah, we've done 2 community builds and we've done 2 volunteer builds.
Gosh, wow, we are grooving. By the way, this structure is not as stable as I would hope it to be. I think I went too wide.
That's why he's not the workshop coordinator.
That's why I merely am just a pretty face here on the ranch. Besides that, that's about it. That's exciting. So a lot of people. So this can this is not replacing home building, right?
No,
like summer
no.
builds.
It's for the times when either not enough people can come down or during strange extenuating circumstances like the past 2 years. For those times, it's so that we can continue building. But it will not replace home building at all. In fact, we did reopen at limited capacity. That's how we had 2 houses built by volunteer labor. So it didn't look exactly like what you guys are probably used to with, 100 people here, everybody going to a bunch of houses. It didn't look like that. It was about 20 people building 1 house, but we did partially reopen once we were able.
Better than no house, right?
Yes, much better.
My structure is a complete mess. I do not feel positive about this. That doesn't look good. How's yours, Franco? ¿Cómo está el tuyo, Franco? Good? ¿Está bien? So this is your little Frankie, right?
This is my little Frankie.
What a cutie patootie. He's your godson?
He is.
Nice. So when did you baptize him?
Gosh, it was Holy Saturday.
Holy Saturday. Oh, wow. So not even a year.
No, much less.
Wow. How was that? How was that experience? Do you have any funny stories like to share?
It was an adventure.
Yeah.
I've never had a godson before, so this was the first time I was involved in a baptism as a godparent. Obviously, mine happened when I was far too young to remember, and I've attended them, but this was my first time as a godparent, so that was exciting, especially with this guy.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, that's definitely something that, like, when the boys come down, we give them the option to be Orthodox, And I think, they've been pretty successful. It's definitely, at least for Luke Andruchow personally, just having that kind of sense of base of religion in your life kind of, changes your whole perspective. And this is pathetic. My house is so bad. It's so bad. I'm sorry. I keep on getting distracted by my house. For all the boys to be able to experience that and become Orthodox. Yeah. And, it's been great. So, summer 2022. It's happening.
Oh, it's happening. One way or another.
So what capacity can our viewers expect to see Project Mexico this upcoming summer?
By the glory of God, it'll be full force back to normal. Obviously, in the crazy world we live in, we can't confirm that as of right now, but that's what we're planning. We are planning to go full speed ahead back to normal.
Awesome. Yeah, and so could people sign up right now for the...
Have the dates up very soon, and then you can sign up away.
Sign up away?
Sign up away.
What about I know you were talking about we're having a few more groups down this summer. Is that correct?
So there are some dates online. It's pretty late in the year, and a lot of people are back in school already, which we totally understand. But there is still an opportunity to come down in September.
Ooh.
So we would have to have at least 15 people sign up. If we have less than 15 people, then we won't be able to do it. But if we have in between 15 and 25 people sign up, ready to go, then we can do one more.
Awesome. That'd be awesome. We'd love to see
So
that.
that's a possibility, a maybe.
A maybe.
Shall see.
But now here's a true question. So what's your strategy with your marshmallow house?
Gotta do a firm foundation to start off.
Uh-huh.
What's that quote? Build thy church upon the rock.
Not upon the sand dune, because like the sand dune gets eroded and dies eventually.
I don't think that's exactly verbatim, but that's the concept.
I'm pretty sure that's
Sure.
pretty close. Where they did that and like they had it on the sand and it fell over and it was horrible. But the rock one stayed. And I remember it being very aesthetically pleasing, you know?
Yeah. The floor in that won't wash away when we get our torrential rains is really important. So even though the first day is really hard, it is so important because every layer builds off of that first day.
Yeah. Say work like houses are easier to build when there's a lot of like people compared to like a group of like 25 people. Would you say it's easier with more people or less people?
Every site is unique and with a unique group of people, so it's hard to say. It just completely depends on what our site is. Sometimes we've got some crazy level for hours before we can even lay the pad. I'm sure a lot of people watching this have had sites where we were just leveling, seemed like it would never end. But it did, and the house got built.
Good. I don't think we've ever had like a failure of a house, right? I think every house we've started, we've built, correct? Yeah. Which like, honestly,
by the grace of God.
it's kind of impressive, After like what, we're on 35 years anniversary pretty soon. We haven't had one unsuccessful house. You love to hear it, frankly. Frankly. Mira, don pesos.
Wow.
Okay, so what's your future for like Project Mexico? So how much longer can people expect to see your face around?
Definitely throughout next summer. And beyond that, only God knows.
Only God knows. Because I hear you're getting a little apprentice for the summer upcoming, correct?
I will have a helper, yes.
Woo!
And I will be training him to do my job. So that we'll do it together for a year. His name's Justin. If you're watching this, hi Justin. We'll work together for a year and do next summer together, preparing him to eventually take over and do it without me.
Awesome. That's kind of someone's virtual coordinator. They take someone under their wing. Then that person leaves. The new person goes on. They leave, etc., right?
Yep.
And so who was your kind of predecessor?
I worked with Oliver.
Oh, Oliver.
Yeah, we had a great summer working together.
Dude, I missed that. I haven't seen him so long. What's up, Adan? How's your structure? ¿Cómo está tu estructura? Tus bombones. ¿Quieres leer? Adan's going to come present us his marshmallow structure. We're excited to see how it looks. No sé qué. Wow, my God, perdón. Please say again. Yeah, mine, I'll admit, I went into this competition with Whoa! Woo! I went into the camera.
That's pretty cool.
That's Adan's little structure. He's doing swell-tastic. I mean, maybe not better than mine. Never mind. I tried to lift it up and just failed. Dang. Yeah, see, I tried to do that with mine. It just died. It just did not have a good time. Yeah. Mine, yeah, see, I think that was a trap. I think he was trying to mess mine up. You know what, but we're going to go with it. Nice, man. Is that no, mas? Have you been eating more marshmallows or building with them? Los dos? Nah, it's both of them.
Oh, here we're working out.
Little Franco, he's just pushing weights over here. Little known fact, marshmallows can also be used just to be buff, just to get strong. Here, Adan, ¿puedes hacer al ladito para que no bloques la cámara? Yeah. Awesome. So cool. So do we know when Justin's coming down?
Very soon.
Virtual coordinator, we obviously know what you do. Help organize, help build houses. You're the leader with all that stuff. What do you do during the off season?
We fill in the needs.
Fill in the needs, nice.
So if we get a huge, say, pantry partner donation, I'll be involved in importing that down here. Or
sure.
say if we have a small group come in February, then them, and I'll make up a project to do with them. But even this last year, I was a sub for Zoom school. So it's really just whatever the ranch needs us to do, we'll do.
Yeah, something I think people learn a lot throughout the duration of this live stream is that when you work at the ranch, you wear many hats. You're never just RLA. You'll be locked into quite a several, per se.
Yeah, I mean, it's a living, breathing place, so
Absolutely.
something that maybe was really important for Oliver to get done might not even be on my radar because it could be handled by now. And so you never really know what's going to be next, and that's part of the fun of it, you know? It's always exciting.
So would you say workshop coordinating is your like, oh nice, oh c'est genial, looks great, made a little crossover here and we got some weights going. Got a fly on my face. Oh, so would you say like workshop coordinating is like your favorite role since that is like your role? Because like, what's like your favorite thing to do to help out around the range? What would you say? Because I know you do so many things.
That's an interesting question because each task has, you know, its good parts and its tough parts.
Absolutely.
Wow, being this guy's godmother, it might be my favorite ranch task. He's been a big blessing to have in my life.
Yeah. Were you like assigned him, or was like, oh, Anna, do you want to be a godmother? And they're like, sure. And like, okay, here's this kid, or like, how'd that work?
I was asked specifically to be his godmother.
Nice. Okay.
I had a feeling that I would be asked, but I didn't want to speak too soon, so I didn't say anything. But then it came true.
Then it happened. Then he's like a dream
I got
come
this
true.
one, and he's the best.
That's awesome. Yeah, he is a pretty cutie patootie.
I
Okay.
would have to agree.
I've downsized my marshmallow structure quite a bit because I was going big. I'm like, you know what, the bigger the better, right? But then it just didn't go through well. So now we got a mini structure.
I mean, sometimes you have a vision and you try to complete it and it doesn't work out and you have to reevaluate and start over. But you learn in the process.
You know, at this point, I just want structural integrity. That's all I want. I mean, well, actually, I got it.
Go.
No, what? No,
Whoa,
that was
careful.
a mistake.
Careful.
I had structural integrity, and then it left us. Okay, well, we're almost done with our little segment here, so we're going to get our judge, Josh, to look at all the structures and pick which one is his favorite. A ver, chicos, ¿ya están listos? Vamos a ver cuál tiene la estructura mejor, ¿ok? Okay, a ver. So, Josh first. Franco, ¿cuál es el tuyo? Okay, Adán, ¿cuál es el tuyo? Let's see Adán's first. Ooh. Oh, it's a little car. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
It moves as well. It's adorable. Everyone watching can also feel free to put in the chat what you think of the little structures. Here's Anna's.
That looks pretty solid. Thanks.
It definitely takes over. Mine, as you can see, I'm not going to lift it up because I don't have trust in myself.
Yours looks like the DNA project for high school biology, but it could be a house.
Funny you say that. That's what I was going for, the DNA project.
Does Brandon's get to count? It looks like a pretty solid board.
Yeah.
Got a fortress.
We got several fortresses. Franco, ¿el tuyo? ¿Cómo que todavía no lo hagas? Haciendo...
Ese cruz.
We got the cross from Franco, which is pretty nice. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the live stream. We are back better than ever. We had a few technical difficulties. We heard there was an issue with the audio and the talking. Hopefully that's fixed. Please keep letting us know. We'll try our hardest. Also, still a fundraiser. We're still trying to raise some money, so we'd appreciate that. We'll call you out as soon as it comes up, and yeah, let's do it. Anyways, this section we are joined by the lovely Noel. Welcome, Noel.
Everybody. Hey,
So,
look.
hi, it's a pleasure to have you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well.
Nice. Ooh, sorry. I'm opening my nice
Oops.
I'm opening my nice crisp soda. My Diet Sprite decided to attack me. But I'm still thirsty, so I'm gonna drink it anyways.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad here, the little explosion. So.
Well, I've seen horror I don't think I've ever been pranked like this, but I've had it like where I just opened a random one, just like blew over my face.
Yeah, or you like buy it and then you drive on the road to the ranch, and by the time you get
Yes.
here, it's all shaken up and
Precisely.
it explodes when you open it.
It's not fun. It's not a good time. Luckily, I was able to avoid my nice like sweat shorts, which are like. Have I showed you these before?
I don't think so.
They're like shorts, but they're I'm good, thank you. They're shorts, but they're like they have like the texture of sweats,
Oh, nice.
and they're my new like favorite thing. Anyways, that's besides the point. Noel, welcome to the show. So, you're in charge of the education around the ranch, correct?
Yeah, I'm the educational coordinator here, so everything that has to do with education is
Should I take that napkin?
my domain, more or less.
Gotcha. Thank you. So, domain. Oh, by the way, we should start by saying, since you are in charge of like the education here at the ranch, we're having a little education activity with the boys back here. Todos dicen hola a la cámara. Woo! They're doing a little game of memory where they have words in English and in Spanish, right?
Yeah, so we're just working on our English vocabulary with some school supply words, some school-related words. So we have, we got some, these guys are actually really good at English. Javier, Armando, Chris, my godson, Moy, and Saklim.
My godson.
Have really impressive skills at English, actually. So
Yeah.
they're doing it independently back there, which is really awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty, you've taught them well.
Yes, well, everyone here has. It's definitely a team effort.
Absolutely. So yeah, are you like a teacher, but you say like you're more of a coordinator? So like, what does that mean?
So in past years, we had a homeschool program, and
Yes.
during that program, I taught like middle school classes.
Mm-hmm.
We've moved away from that, so all of our boys go to private school.
Nice.
Yeah, and so now my main job is just overseeing everything. So we have a really amazing education staff,
Mm-hmm.
which I supervise. We do tutoring for like gaps in learning. So when the boys come, usually they don't know how to read, they don't
Yeah.
know basic math skills, and so just from the time of them coming and then trying to get them up to grade level, we do like tutoring. We have a lot of programs. I try and do like diagnostic testing,
For sure.
just so that we can give them like the support they need in order to be successful academically.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that, like I do the communication with schools. So I talk to the principal or your academic coordinator. I communicate with the teachers.
Yeah.
I kind of help make sure that we're getting the uniforms and the books. And
You go to all the school meetings.
yeah, I go to parent-teacher conferences.
Well.
Just that kind of stuff.
And that's between, so like we have high school, middle school, and elementary school
Yes,
here.
yes.
So that's between like 3 different schools you go to
We
for all these
have
things.
boys attending 5 different schools this year.
Oh my gosh.
Last year we had them attending 7. So we really try with the education department, like in our education, to make sure that the boys are getting what they specifically need.
For sure.
So not every school is right for every boy. So we want to make sure that our boys are going to schools that are the right fit for them, where they feel comfortable, where they're able to thrive, where they get the support they needed. So
Absolutely.
that's why we have them going to so many different schools, just to make sure that they're really getting their needs met and getting what's best for them.
Yeah, well, we even did that in our family. Like my older brother, he went to a high school, and I told my parents, like, you know what? I feel like I thrive more and do better at this high school, and so I did it, and I took it okay. You know?
Yeah, thank God we see a lot of success. Like we've seen a lot of success doing that.
Yeah.
We've seen our boys just kind of, like really find their own, and the ones that are into sports, they play sports. The ones that are into art, like do art.
Yeah.
We have some boys that go to school in the morning and vocational school at night. They learn how to weld or
Whoa.
basic computer skills. So it's really cool. There's a lot of different opportunities here in the community, and then
Good.
we try and get our boys plugged into the things that really suit them, so that they can be successful and learn and.
Yeah, it's so cool seeing like a kid or honestly anyone just thrive in the position they're in, you know? It's like seeing one of the boys, is he back here? I think he's somewhere back there, but Andruchow, we call him Pabayo, he's a fantastic artist. He's such a good drawer. To see him like given the opportunity to pursue that, it's so cool. Same with Moises right back here. Hi Moy. He's a fantastic chef. He's been going doing culinary lessons and cooking, and his food's amazing.
Yeah, his food is very delicious.
It's really good.
and shout out to Pabaya, who graduated from high school this year, and will be starting university in the fall,
That's so
studying
exciting.
psychology. So
Psychology.
congratulations to him. Yeah, I don't know if
Absolutely.
he's hiding somewhere back there, but it's a big achievement. So really proud of him.
Absolutely. Dang, psychology, that's an intense field.
I know.
Power to him, though. That's
Excited
awesome.
for him.
Yeah, so on the ranch, you said when the boys get home from school,
Yes.
they usually go with you and some of the other teachers we have on the ranch, and they do like after school, like homework and stuff,
Yeah,
correct?
so we do their homework, we study for tests, and then we use that time to fill those educational gaps. So
Nice.
if you come to us and you're a 4th grader and you don't know how to read, which is very common, like we'll spend that time after you finish your homework, like helping you learn how to read, practice fluency, just give you the support you need in order to be successful
Absolutely.
in your grade level at your school and what you're doing. So
Yeah, because I feel like that's something, even like, for me, I'm like a little biased. I don't know if that's the word, but going to school in Mexico, it's not easy. Like,
no, it's not, and it's definitely not the same as going to school in America.
Not even close.
There are a lot of differences. There's some things that are similar, but it's definitely very different. I'm sure you can see now, like growing up going to school here and then
Yep.
going to college in the States, like it's a different academic culture.
Yeah.
Just different things. There are different expectations. The classes are a lot harder.
so much harder.
Yeah, and it's not uncommon to fail. Like, especially if you're taking high school classes. I know a lot of our boys will be in a class where 70% of the class will fail.
Yeah, and that's just a
at the end
normal
of the
thing.
semester. Yeah,
It's like
and
totally
so-
normal.
Yeah, so then like it's just a different system. So you fail, and then you can take another test to pass the class. And if you fail that test, it's like you have courses. So it's just it's very different. But the expectations are different. The culture is different. Like
Yeah.
failing in high school is not uncommon just because the classes are not always made for everyone to pass. It's not the
No,
expectation that everyone passes
It's
the class.
it's a very, I think it's something that's taken for granted in the States. It's kind of become more to the forefront and aware that, like, learning disabilities are a real thing. Like ADHD, dyslexia, those are things, and thank God there's been things for students and teachers to adapt to that. In Mexico, it's not as well known yet, at all.
Yeah, so I have my degree actually also in special ed and just working in special ed in the States, and then I have a few things, but one of mine is special ed.
You got a whole list, whole
No, but like seeing how special ed works in the United States and seeing how special ed works here, it's we're just way behind.
Yeah.
You don't really get like modifications or adaptations here. If your kid needs a shadow or an assistant, you have to pay for that out of pocket.
Yep.
It's very different. It's very different. So
Yeah.
that's why we try and give our boys, because a lot of them do have difficulties in school, different things going on. So trying to give them as much support at home that we can, so that they can be successful in school and even support in school as needed.
And a pretty great success, I'd like to say, too, because as we said, Pelayo, Angel, he just graduated, which is super cool.
He and Angel, our two Angels.
Our two
Angel
angels.
Don, he's not here. Three Angels, but two of which graduated high school this year.
Yeah.
So really proud of them. It's a big achievement.
Huge, especially in Mexico. Oh my gosh.
And honestly, I'm so proud of all of our boys. This year we were in we've been in virtual learning for the past year and a half. We'll see.
Let me throw up real quick.
It was definitely a big challenge. So this year my job looks a little bit different because we had all the boys home with us all day, every day, and we had everybody split up with different teachers doing their classes, and it was quite the adventure. But our boys, especially our elementary boys, excelled. They got ranked really high in their class. They all got little awards for having great grades.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed with their attitudes. They were so positive and so patient, because it's not easy to sit in front of a computer all day.
It's not.
Especially when you're a little kid.
Yeah, and especially when it's just someone talking about something you probably don't care about.
And they a lot of our boys have been new this year, so they have never met the kids in their class.
Yeah.
And so it was just a big challenge, and I was so impressed with them, the way they stepped to the plate. Of course, it was not easy, and we had a lot of really tough days, but I'm really overall impressed with them because they were here all day, every day, and we didn't really get visitors. We didn't get visitors at all.
No visitors at all,
They couldn't leave, and they took it like champs, and they were, I was really impressed and really proud of them they got great grades, and we're honestly just trying. They were trying hard, so I appreciate that.
Speaking of trying hard, they're all done with memory.
I know.
Just in time. A ver, let's see. So first we got Jacqueline, my ahijado. Ven aquí, amor. Mwah. This is my little godson with all my heart. He got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 4 matches. 4 pares, señor. Very
¿En cuál grado vas
nice.
a entrar este año? What grade are you going to start this year in school? He's going to be a 3rd grader this year.
They grew up so fast.
Start 3rd grade on the 30th. We're not sure what it'll look like yet. If it'll be in person or hybrid or online. So say prayers for us that
it's not in person and I'm not online.
we'll see what happens. But we're waiting. This is Saklim, who will start 3rd grade. Tercer grado.
Woo!
¿Y qué te gusta aprender? What do you like to learn? Matemáticas. Yes. He likes math.
Ooh, he's a math. ¿Le gusta matemáticas?
He's very good at math, actually.
God said, not after my own heart, because I do not like math. A ver, Javi, ¿cuántos pares you got? Got four pairs as well, Chris? 8 pares? Dang, dude. Yeah, Armando? 2. Wow, so it's like Chris our world champion. Felicidades, Chris. Gracias. Woo!
So we have Javier and Armando who'll be starting the 8th grade this year, and Christopher who'll be starting the 7th grade, and Moy back here hiding who'll be starting his senior year of high school.
Wow, there's a little man. Yeah, so it's so exciting. These kids are awesome. They're English. They may not speak it a lot, but their English is really good.
Yeah, you have to be careful because they understand English very well, and they pretend that they don't know, but they do.
They know.
And then we'll have groups come and they'll be like, I heard this person say that. So it's really funny.
They get the tea. They get the undercover tea.
They're good at speaking English, especially Chris, who can whip out like perfect paragraphs and sentences on the fly, but he's pretty shy about it.
Yeah, must have a very intelligent godmother.
He's very smart, but I can't take any credit for that.
But yeah, so like speaking about school and stuff, I'm sure. How many boys do we have at the orphanage now? It's like,
we have 18 boys that are between elementary and high school right now,
Gotcha.
starting this year, and then we have 3 boys on site who are in university, and then we have a few boys off site that are also in university. So we have quite a few.
Yeah, I'm sure that's quite a few pencils and notebooks.
Yeah, so I do the math every year, I do the inventory, and I create our school supply needs list, which I think is linked there on the video.
It's right there on the screen, and if you can't quickly look at the screen, just scroll down a little bit. It'll be right there as well.
Yeah, so every year we need kind of what seems like an absurd amount of school supplies, but we really need them and go through them. When I do the math, we go through about 200 notebooks every year, and over 1,000 pencils, and around 250 erasers, just simple stuff that, when you have quite a few kids and they go to school through August, and then we usually end at the end of June, beginning of July. So we're in school for a long time.
Yeah.
And we just need a lot of supplies. So anyone that can help us, it's a big cost. The boys need new shoes. Every kid needs usually 2 new pairs of shoes because our shoes get a lot of use, a lot of love. We need new backpacks this year, especially because last year we were in virtual, so we didn't ask for backpacks last year. So we'll need backpacks this year. We'll need lunch boxes.
Got another donation.
All
I think
right.
that's from Shane, $10. Thanks, Shane. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Shane.
Woo! Continue.
And I put some prizes for our treasure box for good behavior on there. You'll see just all of the necessities that we need to get through the school year. So anyone that can help us out with that, if you could share with your parish, with your friends, with your family members, even just helping us out with a box of markers or a backpack or some highlighters, it really helps us out a lot.
Well, those are things that if you're just buying if you're just out there and you want to buy 1 or 2, not a huge deal, notebooks are $2 like that. But when you're buying 200 of them, it's it adds up.
Yeah, the costs add up, and so it helps us a lot to be able to get that because the school costs do add up. We have tuition, we have uniforms, we have books, we have the cost of gas to and from school.
Yeah.
We have the internet that we use. We have the salaries of our teachers. So in order to get our boys education, which gives them a huge boost in life, allows them to do so much more, it is a cost. It's not for free. So we rely so much on our amazing donors who help us year after year and are so generous and help make their education possible, because otherwise it's just, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
We really wouldn't.
Absolutely. So if any of you out there are feeling generous, we'd really appreciate your support, either through the link on Amazon or just donate right now to the stream. It all goes to the ranch, and we could really use your help.
Yeah, and if you're not able to donate personally, if you can think of someone you think that would be able to help us, share the link with them. That would mean a lot to us.
Absolutely. And just pray for us too. You know, we could
Yeah.
use prayers.
We
you know?
definitely can use prayers. We definitely can use prayers.
Especially if you guys go into online school again.
Yeah, we'll need lots of prayers.
Yeah, because you guys don't really know yet whether it's going to be in person.
No,
Yet, right?
hopefully we'll find out in the next week, but we're really, as kind of things change day by day, we're just waiting on the schools to let us know. I was visiting a few schools yesterday and asking them, and they're like, we don't know yet. So we really are just kind of playing this waiting game to see what our school year will look like in about like a week. So,
So we'll find out in a week.
yeah, we're day by day, we're taking it just to see what it'll look like for us.
Absolutely. Well, Noel, thank you so much for coming on. It's a
Thank
pleasure
you.
having you.
Nice to be here.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to take a little break again. We're going to set up for our next little segment. Don't go anywhere. Don't forget to donate. Hit the links below, and we'll see you very soon. See you in a second. Bye. Shannon.
Hi, Luke.
How are you doing this fall day?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. It's good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so, your little branch of Project Mexico. Explain to us. What are you up to nowadays?
Well, I'm really excited. I'm a new education coordinator. Religious education coordinator.
Still kind of education.
I
Still
like
kind
to
of education.
I like to pretend that I'm Noel, but I'm not quite so cool. No, I'm the new religious education coordinator for Project Mexico in St. Louis Orphanage. And that's really exciting because I get to focus in a little bit on the spiritual programs to assist Padre. It's cool. It's my favorite subject to teach. So
Good. That's good. I was glad it's like you're not teaching something that you just absolutely despise. So that's good at least. Also, before we continue, we got a donation from Anna, $25. Woo! Thank you so much. We're on our way. So yeah, religious education. So what does that like mean? What will you be doing with the boys?
So I am going to keep doing a lot of things that I've been doing, which is helping with catechism. We call it catechism here, but it's basically like Sunday school or youth group, those kinds of programs for kids or youth. And so I'm going to continue assisting in that, and then even try and expand upon that a little bit. We're thinking about maybe doing like a little spiritual retreat for Advent. Maybe go away for a night or two and talk about a subject, really delve deep into that with the youth. And then maybe even like bring some things over to the parishioners side of things. We're gonna start doing maybe some evening devotional time with the boys.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna take time to plan that and organize the activities for them and provide it for them in the evening, and then maybe I can even bring that over into the community. So
That's awesome.
it's really exciting, yeah.
Yeah, because I went to a Jesuit high school. That's something we would do every once in a while. That we go on retreats. We just like
So
go on.
fun.
Oh, there's like I'm obviously not Jesuit. Like I'm not. Yeah, that's a religion, right? Jesuit. Like I'm not Jesuit, but it was so cool just going out and like being in the wilderness, being at peace, like being able to experience everything. Even summer camps, similar kind of thing, where you can just kind of like reflect on God and like your relationship with Him. And I would say they're almost like vital to your growth, like if not essential to your growth in the church.
Yes. Yeah, I know for me it was really fun, and it was a nice time to have some focused time on God, but also focused time like with the other people that are Orthodox or people that share your faith, and having some time together. It's always so fun, and we learn things.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Maybe we can do something like that with the boys here, or even the other teenagers from the parish.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and speaking of, we brought a little activity, right, to do while we're doing this?
Yeah, so this is something that might be something that I do with the boys in the evening to kind of reflect on our day and turn towards God, remind ourselves that He's present with us and throughout our day, but we can kind of reflect on that in the evening. And so what I brought is a jar here. We're going to fill our hearts with gratitude.
Aww.
So this says, Llena mi corazón. And so in a second here, I'm going to hand this over to the boys, and they're going to see if they can fill this in the time that we're talking in my segment. So Luke, would you like to start us off?
I would love to do the first one. That sounds swelltastic.
And you're going to write something that you're thankful for. It could be anything like chilaquiles, I wrote here.
Oh, I do like
tacos.
chilaquiles. They're all really
You
good.
can draw a picture if you want.
Oh, man.
I'm thankful for these because they're delicious.
Chilaquiles are really good. You know what? That is like a Mexican food. Because, like, Mexican foods, everyone knows about tacos. Everyone knows about burritos. Chilaquiles is not like a super well-known food, but they're so good. They're so good. So for those unaware, unblessed with knowledge, chilaquiles are chips, like, soaked in hot sauce or like salsa.
Yeah, like enchilada sauce.
And like topped with sour cream.
Yeah.
I'm like literally mouth-watering right now. Like it sounds so good. That's not what I'm writing for my thing. I just got some new shoes, so I'm gonna put my brand new shoes, and I'm gonna draw a little shoe as well to put in the thing.
Nice. What kind of shoes did you get?
I got some Vans. So, like, okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm, like, I have a hard time finding cool shoes. Because, first of all, my feet are super wide. I have very wide feet. And, like, I like more quirky stuff. I like, actually, yeah. There, I did. Brand new shoe. I don't know if you can see it. It has a little shoe on there, too. But, thank you. We're now going to pass this hand so they can fill it. Okay, it looks like it's about to get stacked. But yes, I guess I'll show them all my new zapatos. They're really, really cool. I love them. I think they're great. So yeah, well, that's super cool. So religious education. So what like drew you to this position? Because we didn't really have anything like this on the ranch beforehand, correct?
Yeah, no. Some of these things were already happening, and just like there's ongoing liturgical life here. The boys participate in morning prayers, and they have catechism or Sunday school classes. They've had this for a long time, but with COVID, when the pandemic hit, the people that were helping with some of these things weren't able to come to stay distanced and stay safe. So then I got to come in to help with school, but also help with some of that. Since I live here with the boys in the same area, then I could help with some of that. So some of it was kind of temporary due to the pandemic, but then now that Padre's the executive director, he could use a little extra help with it too. He has new duties, so I'm gonna keep assisting with that and see if I can help organize some of that for him. But really, it's only like one part of my job, because I'm also here to just serve in a plethora of ways. But this is like my focus area, and then I'm still around to help, substitute teach or tutor or.
Yeah, you wear many hats.
Tonight.
Woo, Tiendita Night! Yeah,
it's super fun. So
yeah, and even like priests, they always need like youth coordinators as well.
Yeah,
just to like a lot of the big churches. Like I know a big one in Phoenix I go to, a big one in California. They've been doing this new program where they have someone specifically in charge of leading the youth in Orthodoxy, like doing like just monthly events, like retreats, like helping them go to camp if they never use shoulder to lean on, someone to talk to. There's that kind of person. So it only makes sense though that we'd have something like that here in the orphanage as well.
Yeah, I'm excited. I always loved that kind of stuff growing up. I think I was actually asked once like what my dream job would be, and I thought about all the different jobs that I've done before, and I really loved camp counseling. That was one of my favorite things I ever did at Orthodox camps. I went to a few different camps growing up, and so I just always loved that stuff, and now it's like every day because the boys are around, and I love checking in with kids and like seeing like how they're feeling and what their day's like, and then maybe they're having a problem with a friend and helping somebody see like the other person's perspective. I really like helping people like resolve conflict. So that was one of my favorite things about teaching, was when I could get one-on-one time with kids and kind of like help them learn from any situation. And so I get to do that kind of thing all the time now.
All the time,
so
yeah.
It's my dream job that I didn't even know I wanted. But
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, and I remember from my childhood, like some of the people who had the most impact on me in like my religious journey per se were like people like the camp counselors, like the coordinators who kind of helped out with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people here that work with the boys, and they are those kinds of people for them.
For sure.
I read a statistic just recently that was talking about how kids that are going to end up becoming young adults and staying in the church are usually ones that have a good, solid relationship with an adult in the church that's not their parent. So
really?
Yeah,
that makes sense,
like, Yeah, like camp counselors or youth workers or just your godparents or somebody like that could be that person for these kids. There's a lot of great examples here for them, and so.
Absolutely. Does the language barrier come into conflict at all with when you're doing this kind of stuff?
This past year, as I was doing catechism, I had lots of translating help. And then there were some times where a translator couldn't come, so we just simplified the words a little bit and learned about a saint or somebody in Shannon's few Spanish words. But yes, it definitely comes into play, and I'm learning a lot of Spanish and practicing, and it's fun. I know a lot of Orthodox vocabulary in Spanish.
Hey, it's good for the position you're getting. It's good to know. It's a good thing to know. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and the nice part, as we were talking about in the last segment too, a lot of the boys speak English as well. So I'm sure like you're somewhat Spanish, they're somewhat English, you can reach like a middle ground and do that.
Yeah. And I have had older boys, some of the like 17, 18-year-olds have come to help translate or
nice.
pretty cool.
Is it hard, like, because we have boys from like all different ages in the orphanage? Is it hard to like adjust programs or like learning things for all the different ages?
It can be. It can definitely be a challenge. I enjoy that, like kind of thinking about each group of kids, what do they need and what do they like to do, taking that into account when I'm planning lessons. That's just a normal teacher thing to do, and so
For sure, yeah.
in this case I get to apply it to the religious education side, but I love to do that, so it can be a challenge.
You
but-
started in education, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then you became the religious educator through a series of events. Yeah. Well, it looks like the jar is full. Do you want to go through it and see what we have in there?
Sure, can we read a couple?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, because I think, is that like one of your kombucha jars?
It is a jar that sometimes I use to make kombucha.
Yeah, so for those, kombucha. I always say kombucha. For those who don't know, Shannon is an expert kombucha, right?
Kombucha.
Yes, I got it. Kombucha maker. She is high quality, so that explains where all these giant jars are coming from.
Yeah, okay. ¿Está bien con ustedes para leer un poco?
Sí.
Okay, cool. You guys are making
Just want
towers.
to make sure they're okay that I read a few of them.
Oh, those towers are mad impressive in the back. Isn't that right, Chris? See, this guy gets my English. He pretends he doesn't, but he does. Right, Chris? Yeah. What do we got?
So we have a blank one. It's great.
Oh, this is cute. Thankful for my room. It's awesome. Thankful for my room.
Nachos.
I think, okay, last year we had nachos on the ranch. I mean, on Tiendita Night. This year we weren't able to do it. So I feel like I kind of let them down a little bit, but you know.
So send nacho money.
Send nacho money, yeah, exactly. If we got donations, we could put together some nachos, but whatever. It is what it is. Another one, mi cuarto, my room. Get all the room ones.
Gala, one of the dogs on the ranch.
Oh, Galitza. Gala's a pressure.
The boys have so much fun with all the dogs on the ranch.
We should have a dog spotlight at some point.
So send money for dog food.
Yeah, last segment we were talking about whatchamacallit, financing all like the school stuff, financing all the dog things. That's a whole other section in itself. Yeah, go ahead. What's the next one you got?
Another, poder pasar tiempos con mis niños del rancho. So someone said they're thankful that they can spend time with the boys on the ranch.
Oh, that's great. It's so wholesome. This one says tacos de birria, which are fantastic. I need to get some tacos. I haven't got tacos since I've been down here, and I'm like,
Times.
I'm
Feast day
feeling
tomorrow.
it. Feast days tomorrow. Oh, dude. I was gonna go back home to like either tonight or tomorrow morning, but then I heard we're whatchamacallit. We're having carnitas for the feast. I'm like, oh, I should stay around.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Somebody said, for todo, for everything.
Oh, I love that. This one says for Lego Luigi, this little guy. Yeah, if anyone out there has seen these like new Lego Mario figures, they're from like the year 2050. They're so cool. Hola! What's he got?
Oh, El Vergel. We went to the water park.
Oh my
yesterday,
gosh, Vergel is so much fun.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
And
Aguas Vergel, it's like, so it's a water park in Mexico, and it would never pass in the States. It would never pass. Like, so all the health violations, no way. Like, yeah. But that's what makes it so much fun. Actually, fun fact, the video of the place went viral on YouTube. So if you search up Slip and Fly Tijuana, that's from the place on YouTube. You'll be able to find it. I'm here. Las Cañadas. It's like a little camping ground, I guess you would call it, right?
swimming pool, right?
Water park too? I mean, total off camera, it's also a water park, which is also a lot of fun. That place is amazing.
Yeah, so send money for the water park.
Yeah, we do vacation, like family vacation with the boys, just to get off the ranch, just like experience the world, especially after like COVID, just because they were locked up here for so long, like because they couldn't go off the ranch because of COVID stuff. So it was nice to be able to go on family vacation this year.
Yeah, so nice.
We still have a few more. You want to go through the rest of these?
Yeah, we can.
We still have 5 minutes, so
All
might
right.
as well.
Well, I don't know if we mentioned, but practicing gratitude is so important for us, obviously, like, because we know everything we have is from God, but also it's very much shown to like help raise self-esteem. It helps you appreciate, like, look for the good in in anything. It helps. It actually helps you look for the good in others too. It can strengthen your relationships because you're constantly looking for the good in other people or other things. So this is an amazing activity to do anytime. I actually do it every night. Like try and write every night. Try every night.
That's awesome.
Write like a couple things that I'm thankful for.
Charlie.
Hi, Luke.
How's it going, dude?
Good. How are you doing, man?
Good to see you. So, welcome to the show. It's a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to have you here
Thank you.
today.
Good to be here.
Sorry, let me check on my phone real quick. So, excuse me for being so rude. Hi, how we doing?
Doing well.
Good. I haven't seen you in a second. I feel like it's been a while since we've chatted.
It's been a little while.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's never enough. Yeah.
Never enough, Charlie. Because I usually come down. Ooh, we got a donation from Armstrong for $25.
Thank you.
Ingram, sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ange. Here, actually, let me adjust the screen. You look very. As much as you guys probably want to see the roof, you're probably more interested in us. So, thanks, Angela. That's awesome. I miss you guys. And anyways, like I was saying, usually when I come down to visit the orphanage, I stop by your place in San Diego and we hang out.
Yeah, we had a few good times.
A few.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Here and there. Yeah. So you have quite the history of Project Mexico.
It's true. You didn't introduce me as working here because I don't.
Because you don't. That's true.
But, yeah, I've been around the ranch for a long time. I came as one of these work trip participants. For the first time in 2009. I never managed to leave.
Happens.
So, I moved to San Diego a little while ago, 2 years ago, closer to 3 years ago. And I've been involved since then. And, thankfully the stars are aligning now that looks like I'm going to be coming on as Director of Operations.
Woo!
I don't work here now. I have a job in San Diego right now. I have an engineering job. But that's going to be something that hopefully, has a lot of the different things that you're talking about today with all these different people. I see the Director of Operations position as kind of facilitating everything else that goes on. You mentioned, you named all these sections, right, of all these people, and mine was Revving the Ranch.
Revving the Ranch.
Like, what is Revving the Ranch? Because I figured there was something, there's something like profound about that, but I didn't know exactly what to say. Yeah. But as I listened to all these other people speaking just today, I thought, Revving the Ranch means you have people doing great work here. You have Noel in education. You have Shannon in religious education.
Yep.
You have Anna doing home building.
Yep.
And all of those people need somewhere to live. They need facilities that work.
Yeah.
They need the lights to stay on. And, through, I think, a lot of the years, your dad has been the one who made that happen through sheer force of will and grinding.
Through a busy schedule.
As Father Nick moves to executive director and takes on different roles, I see myself as filling a lot of those positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was going to be super exciting because, first of all, like we said, you have a huge history with the orphanage. You've worked in the orphanage forever, and you're an engineer. You know how to do things.
That's right. I think the Director of Operations position specifically, there's been a few people in the past who have had that title, and we're such a small organization, right?
Yeah.
Whoever takes a certain job, the job takes on the flavor of that person.
Very much so, yeah.
Right, so the way that we've talked about it, like I said, I see myself as helping to keep the wheels moving here.
No.
But we have plans for the future as well.
Absolutely.
And plans for the future are going to require new facilities.
Yeah.
Maintenance to facilities that we have now, upgrades to all our infrastructure.
Yeah.
And the fact that I have a technical background, I think, puts me into the role of project manager for all of these sorts of new, exciting facilities that are going to be required for all sorts of new programs. Like Father Nick mentioned on Ancient Faith Radio not too long ago, one of the things we've wanted to do for a long time, start an orphanage for infants.
Yes.
And that's going to require new facilities. That's going to require new staff. That's going to require a lot of things behind the scenes that need to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, that kind of segue into what we're doing. Building stuff on the ranch, building new projects. Legos. And plus, Legos are just fun, and these guys in the back are having a blast too. So, I don't know what I'm making here. It kind of looks like a lizard if you look at it funny. So, we're going with that. That's my inspiration. That's cool. So, what kind of projects are y'all thinking of? You see infant expansions? Ooh. Got a donation, Anna, for $10. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We're making our way towards our goal. Thank you so much for donating. Yes, project. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the onboarding stage right now, I'd say. Not quite ready to leave my work in San Diego yet.
Yeah.
But I'm already working on some things. One project that we just completed was the ranch has these work trucks that a lot of you watching probably have experienced before. And if you've gone on a home building trip,
of course,
you've seen these trucks, and
trucks are essential.
They go through a lot, and they get beat up. And we just had a very generous donor who provided for us to buy a brand new F-250.
Woo!
So I went through that process. I shopped for it.
Nice.
We put in the order, and I see that sort of thing as being, what the director of operations does. Anything that's really technical or under the hood, things to keep the ranch running, keep the ranch revving, right?
Haha!
Put it, yeah.
Nice segue. I mean, nice connection. Yeah, no, because that's, it's very true. So, for those who've never been down in the orphanage, this is a 16-acre ranch. This place is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Father Nicholas, bless his soul, he's been, like, doing a lot of the, like, if something goes wrong at the orphanage, he's usually one of the first people they talk to, you know, like, hey, Wi-Fi's gone, pump's not working, showers aren't working. Same thing with the man before him, or like, kind of helped him out before he left and got married. Fritz. Good old Fritz. Love that man. He like had a very detailed history in electrical engineering. Right, was it? That was focus?
Yeah, he was his skills were so much bigger than that. He was like the consummate tradesman, and he could build anything. He could maintain anything. This guy just knew how to do everything you wanted to do.
Version for $100 from Ron Steele.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
thanks,
you,
guys. I
Ron.
appreciate it. Hey, from Salt Lake City. Oh, love that place. You've been there.
I've been there.
Yeah, great place.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Fritz, he was a man of so many talents.
He's a man of a lot of talents. I hope to fill his shoes. You know, some of his projects here are just wonderful. Like he put the water purification system in.
That's right.
So I'll be, it's easier to maintain something than to start it up for the first time. So kudos to Fritz for that.
Kudos to thank you, Fritz, for our clean water.
I'll be taking responsibility for that.
Nice. You know, one of my favorite stories. It's kind of like now in retrospect, you coming onto the director of operations position. One of my favorite stories of you and you and Fritz is that you two are looking over a car, and I walk out of Noel's house.
Could be any story, yeah.
You don't know the story? No. So you two are like looking out of a car, and you're like looking over an engine, talking about whatever, and you look to Fritz, and you're like, man, someone's gonna come out and make fun of us for both looking at the car together. And I walk outside, I'm like, wow, what a bunch of car nerds looking at this.
Us right away.
Yep, right away. Like I think it was, you said like the second after you said that, I just came out. I'm like, wow. Yeah, and so like that's a cool part too, because something that I feel is very exciting about coming to the orphanage year after year is looking out and seeing what's new. Mm-hmm. You know, like back in the day, the pavilion, huge improvement. You know, it used to be a tent. The Tiendita, that was like big. Like, oh, there's actually a Tiendita here. You know, the Serenity Garden, that's a new project that honestly hasn't really been experienced that much because that like kind of got finalized during COVID, like during everything was shut down. So like, do you have like any plans or ideas on like how to expand in that kind of way?
You know, I think it's going to be really dependent on the future programs that arise.
For sure.
I mentioned, one of the things that's been one of the dreams of the ranch for a long time is to start this process for taking care of infants.
Yes.
And that, is going to demand a certain facility with certain requirements.
Yeah.
I think we also, as we're bringing a lot of staff to the ranch, interns and staff, just our housing requirements, something as basic as that,
Absolutely.
Needs to increase.
Getting better Wi-Fi.
Getting better Wi-Fi, right?
As I'm sure those watching the stream have experienced. Getting better Wi-Fi.
There's a lot of things over the course of about 25 years we've had this property, right? I believe 96 was when the ranch opened its doors.
Yeah.
So it's, and you mentioned the 16 acres. So, over 25 years, 16 acres, we've built a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of things I think need to get either repaired or updated or replaced. And so we're always looking for people who have some sort of technical background, have some technical skill, who would be able to provide those talents and contribute to the bettering of the facilities here, improving everybody's lives, keeping the engine revving. Right?
Absolutely.
That keeps all these wonderful programs happening.
And I feel that's one of the cool parts too, because we get people from such different backgrounds do such different things.
I've met so many, right, in home building.
Oh my gosh,
that's how I kind of really got my teeth dug into orphanages as a home building intern. And so you meet all these people who come down, and I've met so many people who have incredible talents and just incredible experience. And we're very grateful when all those people come to home building.
For sure.
We're definitely open if you're interested. To those
Yeah.
people. If you're a plumber, if you're an electrician, if you're in construction, if you're an engineer, something that's technical and you think you have a way to contribute to their ranch, we'd love to hear about it.
Absolutely. Like we have an email. We have an email, so you can just send us a message that way. We have a phone number you can call. We actually this on the last podcast, Stories of Hope, which you should listen to. Stories of Hope. Check that out. Yeah, like this is kind of with a new executive director on the ranch, it's kind of like a time for new people to come on the ranch. It's
Yeah.
very like movement kind of time.
Yeah.
Get new people, get new roles. And so if you have a talent you'd like to offer, like please reach out. We'd love to have you down here.
You can email any of us. You can email me. I'm Charlie@projectmexico.org. Now
have an
I
email?
just got my email.
Nice, sweet.
Right?
I'm gonna spam it with a bunch of random stuff.
So if you're interested in helping out, let us know.
Absolutely, yeah. I like.
So we're gonna pop in real quick.
Please, go ahead.
I am the
Welcome.
executive director, so maybe I get this liberty to kind of swing in and swing out.
We can fit you in the schedule. It's
Okay,
fine.
so Charlie's the man. Through God's grace, Orthodox crossed fingers. You'll be coming on the team, pretty soon. Really appreciate you being open to this because we're just trying to, use what God has given us. And the Lord has given you so much, man. Really, and I'm really, really blessed and encouraged that you're considering coming down. I think it's going to be great having you part of the team.
Yeah,
I know the
I'm
Lord's going
looking
to
forward to
really utilize you.
Yeah.
And but also, I just want to pop in real quick. Someone actually just sent me an email, a little text message right here. It says they just donated $2,000.
Hey! Woo! Thank you!
That's great.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
And that's tremendously helpful. It's an anonymous donation, and that's a blessing. And I just want to encourage all of you to kind of just follow suit. Give what you can, and actually continue the great generosity how Christ is touching your heart.
Yeah.
So I just want to pop in and share that. Okay?
Well, while you're here, do you want to build Legos with us?
Oh gosh, I love Legos.
We're just
So
I
making
haven't built
fun.
anything yet.
I've built a corner of a house. I don't have much skill or creative. I'm a theater major, like a special technical design major. You think I'd be more creative with building stuff? I am not. I built a corner.
Well, the sky's the limit, right there, Luque.
Actually, you guys want to hear an interesting fact?
Yes.
Please.
Do you know that the Lego company has the highest quality control out of any company in the world?
I've heard
Really?
of it.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Because think about it, if they're
Every
making
piece has to fit together.
exactly, if a piece doesn't click, then you can't make a Lego.
Did you know Lego is also the biggest tire manufacturer in the world?
Really,
They
actually.
make the most tires of any company because all these,
They're
right?
really, really tiny.
Because all these.
That's
yeah,
so
they're
funny.
little. But if you count this as a tire, they make more than anyone.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
funny.
amazing. Do you think you could use this base to make an actual F-250?
Like a Lego F-250.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if they actually do partner with a lot of auto companies. You can buy like a Porsche Lego.
Well, yeah, you see the
I don't know
Technic
if Ford
sets.
is
Those
that.
are so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lego Technic sets. Yeah.
So Charlie, you've been around a little bit because
I've been around.
you've serving our country, which is very great.
Not exactly.
Okay, well, and then also you worked for Ford, which is an excellent American company.
Yep.
Which that actually brought you down to Mexico a couple times too, didn't you?
Yeah, they brought me to my assembly plant for my
Okay.
vehicle program when I was at Ford. Was in Hermosillo, which
Okay.
is in Sonora.
All right.
It was like a couple-hour flight, maybe. I don't know how long a drive is it to Hermosillo from here.
It's a hot
hours.
second.
Yeah.
It's a hike,
fun.
but Mexico's a big country, so in the span of Mexico, it's not too far.
Okay.
Mexico's
But yeah,
huge.
when I was there in Hermosillo with Ford, I would come here on the weekends.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. That's
Yeah,
great.
that was always fun.
Now you were an intern for how many summers?
4.
4.
2012,
Okay.
no, 13, from 2013 to 16.
4 summers. Okay.
Yeah.
And now had you come down beforehand to build a house?
I did. I came down 3 times as a
Okay.
volunteer.
Also 7 years before you actually.
I guess so. Yeah, if you
yeah,
combine.
7 years.
you
Yeah.
combine them.
That's a chunk of time.
And then all the years I was doing other things.
Yeah. It's a life outside
Yeah.
of Mexico, Virgin Mexico.
I don't
Well,
believe
these
it.
people watching are somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's true.
See,
Details.
This is why you direct your operations. That's smart brain of yours.
But do you think your experience? Okay, I guess the question: how did it form you? With your formation, what kind of impact did Project Mexico have coming down for 7 years?
Yeah, when you're in the engineering world, I studied mechanical engineering in college. There's sort of this expectation that you do something in the summers. Either if you're going on like the academic route, you're going to get a master's degree. People generally try to do research as undergrads. They hook up with a lab
Okay.
and do research. At least I went to a big college, a big research university. That's how it was. But if you're like me, you don't get a master's degree. You're just going to work after you get your bachelor's.
Alright.
Generally, people try to get internships in industry
Okay.
when you're still in school. So I didn't do any of that.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't get any engineering internships because I just kept coming here.
Okay.
But
How did that work out? Did that work
Well-
against you? Like, was it like,
you know,
was it a positive thing?
The
or?
thing is, when you apply to a job, you're really applying, even at a huge company like Ford, you're applying to the supervisor you're going to work for. Right, so when I interviewed at Ford with three
Okay.
different guys,
Okay.
and the one who
Right.
ended up being my supervisor
Oh,
was
neat.
one of them.
Oh,
So when I was
okay.
there, I talked all about what I did in home building. That was my experience. Right, I didn't have any internship experience in industry, only here.
Strictly engineering,
Right.
even though you probably used engineering skills here.
You used engineering skills, right? You had to
Okay.
lead groups. You had to problem solve in the house.
For sure.
You had
Yeah,
to
okay.
communicate effectively. You had to organize your time. You had to work really hard. So there are a lot of things that I talked about, and I could just talk nonstop about my experience in home building, and boom, it worked. I got a job at Ford.
I know, yeah, that was great. Yeah, and you were there for like, what, 2-3 years, something like that?
I was
Almost 2 years?
almost 2 years.
Okay.
Nice.
Before I decided I had to move to San Diego, I was too far away.
Aw, we're happy to have you.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost done with our segment here, so y'all want to show off your Lego creations?
Sure, I'll show off. Look at this.
I didn't give you much time nor much warning, but
I didn't get
Very
as,
like it's a spaceship. Spaceship, very aerodynamic. Okay,
I didn't get as far, but I just thought there were these fires and this ice, so I put the fire on the ice.
I like
yin
it.
yang there, you
Yeah.
know, okay.
I put a head in the corner of my house, so it's a house head. There we go.
Alright.
Chavos, ¿nos quieren enseñar sus construcciones que hicieron de Lego?
¿Qué ustedes hicieron? Una casita, un
¿Algo chido?
carrito, algo así.
A ver. Oh, look at that. A ver, enséñanos. You got a big
Whoa.
car over there from Armando.
Yeah.
That's the F-250.
That's the F-250. There we go. Ooh, we got a bunch of weapons over here, too. A bunch of Lego weapons. Oh, we got little minifigures, too. Those things are adorable. Actually, those are good, too.
Got a little...
Whoa, a ver, ven, ven, ven.
big, oh, man, that's
Whoa,
clean.
this kid's
Wow.
like a Lego genius. It's not
Is he?
even
Well, he
funny.
must have a good godparent. Yes.
Oh, un tazo.
¿Quién es tu padrino, Saclin?
Mi padrino.
Lucas.
¿Quién es? Ah,
Lucas.
That's me.
está bien. ¿Y tu
Um,
padrino ahijado? Ah, yo. Está bien. That's my godson.
So yeah, that's about the end of our segment. Do you guys want to plug anything before we move on?
Well,
I would just repeat my call that, you know, I know that we have a lot of talented people in the Project Mexico Network. We have a lot of work to do here. If you're interested, Charlie at projectmexico.org, that's me. Let me know if you want to help.
okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Charlie. It was a pleasure having you.
Yeah, good to be
Okay,
here.
we're gonna take a little break, but we'll be back shortly. Bye-bye. Mom.
Hi, honey.
How's it going?
Great.
Good to see you. So, welcome to our show.
Thank
We're
you.
having you. Before we get started talking, we're going to do a little tutorial for everyone watching.
Perfect.
We've heard there's been some issues with donating. So, we're going to walk you through how to donate. Stay tuned. So, what you're going to do first, so we're going to go to... Oh, wait, I need to change this first, like goose. I need to go to this screen. You'll see like an infinite expanse in a second. And so here we are. This is the YouTube channel, our YouTube screen. Very nice. Say you're out there watching and you want to donate. Be like, you know what? I'm feeling God in my heart, and I want to donate. So you go to our little page here, and you're gonna scroll down. You see the first link right here. You might be blocked by something that says "See More." Click on that "See More," and you should be able to see this link right here.
Perfect.
Okay? Everyone got that? You got that, Mom?
I got it.
Awesome. We click the link. We're opened up to a new page.
Oh, the new
A
page.
beautiful new page. Actually, I'm gonna have to get close. I'm gonna have to yell.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we're at this new page, we're gonna put in our username. It doesn't have to be your actual name. It could be whatever you want. I'm gonna put Mr. Awesome.
But no spaces, right?
That's right. No spaces.
Thanks, Josh.
And no like decimals. What do you want to call it? Like points?
Number symbols.
Yeah, those symbols. That's the word
No
for it.
symbols.
Those symbols. I know I spelled awesome wrong. Don't worry about that. So then after that, you get to decide how much money you want to put in. You got $1, $3, $5, and $10. Or if you feel even more generous, you can put as much as you want. It's completely up to you.
5,000.
If you feel 5,000. That'd be great. We'd love that. So let's try
Blessings in heaven.
$3. Boop, $3. Awesome. If you want, you can put a little message as well. Like, hey, so excited to see you guys. Hey, you guys are doing a great job, whatever you want. You can put a little message as well. I'm going to put, yeah. Now I've done that, we're going to hit the donate button. So next, you're going to be presented with this little screen here, which you'll have some few options. You can pay with PayPal, which if you want, more than welcome to do that. If not, you can click on one of these little credit card symbols right underneath it to pay with Visa, MasterCard, Amex, or Discover. Let's say we're paying with Visa today, for example.
Visa's good.
We're going to hit Visa. Boom, baby. We're going to be opened up to a new tab. Brand new tab.
Okay.
No? Can't see what I'm describing. That's no bueno. Really? I thought it was. I thought it was showing the screen. Turns out I'm not being able to see what I'm seeing. That's no good. We're going to try and fix that. Window source, window package. Add new source instead. Add source. Options. Desktop.
¿Quieres palomitas? ¿Ya?
Nope.
No hay bombones.
Save,
Sí,
Streamlabs.
está bien.
That's what I've heard. So we're working on trying let's try this.
Hi, Caesars. Hi. Caesar's
Well, you know what? For some reason, it's being weird. I can't tell you why. I'm trying our hardest. It's not that complicated. Just go, hit the link, go through the steps I was saying out loud.
There you go.
And then, like, when it comes to the part of putting your credit card information, just click continue as guest.
Continue as guest is the key.
That's
you
the key.
Scroll down and make sure you say continue as guest, and then you can do from your own credit card. You don't have to do it through PayPal. I had that problem this morning.
Yeah. And I know our audience members are very smart too, so I know they'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah, I needed help, so you never know.
Good Orthodox Christians, they'll persevere and they'll find a way to give.
Oh, very well said, Father. Thank you for that.
There you go.
Anyways, let's get on to our host, our guest. Hi, Mom. How's it going?
Hi.
This is President Rancher. How many years at this point?
10 this loop and 2 years back in '97.
Back in, wow, so 12 years in total.
12.
I will get this story. Just a Kumbado for the Lies Villas. Just gave $500.
Hey!
Good job, Noel Elias. Thanks, man. All the way
Thanks,
from
Noel
New
Elias.
York, Church of Our Savior. Thanks.
That's awesome.
Love
Sorry,
your family.
sorry we couldn't see your little announcement on screen, but we super appreciate it. That's awesome. Yeah. So what? So you kind of, I don't know if roped in's the word. Well, you were kind of drawn into leading the intern program here at the orphanage,
That's
correct?
right. That's right.
Yeah. So what did you kind of do as in the intern program?
So the intern program, what a phenomenal program! First of all, it's the only place really in North America
Susie.
where you're able to serve as a young adult, anywhere from 18 to we've had a 38-year-old come down as an intern, and they have volunteered here, helped with the home building, helped with other things here at the ranch. The neat part about it is that they've given up their whole summer. It's not like they're making millions of dollars. They've donated it.
Not yet. Definitely
So
not.
in heaven, they'll be making millions. But so they come down here, and the camaraderie of the group coming together is really unique because not only are they working together as a group, learning a lot about themselves, learning a lot about their relationship, with God, and then working to help the poor, help the needy, help the kids in need. It's just, they leave as a family. They cry at the end because they don't want to leave because it's so difficult back at school where they don't have that Orthodox support and that, the friends that they make here is just, it's like their family.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's definitely that kind of Orthodox camaraderie. It's something that can't go understated.
Oh, there's no question.
Because and I was talking on a recent episode of the podcast we were talking about. There are like little pockets of Orthodox communities all over the world. Seminaries, summer camps. Project Mexico is definitely one of them. And there's a feeling you get when you're at one of those little pockets, being with people of similar mentality, similar that stuff. It feels amazing.
It's wonderful. It's just a great, great experience. Yeah.
So how did you get started in doing the intern program? Being kind of in charge of it.
Well, I was always interested in youth. I was a school teacher for a few years in Salt Lake City, and then went to seminary and realized that I'd like to be going to youth ministry. So that's kind of how I started, and then was in charge of youth ministry in Houston, Texas, and then in Redondo Beach, and then came here, and there was a great need because a lot of the interns had come here, and they're working on themselves and growing so much spiritually, and that it seemed like that was the right thing to do, and with a little push from my husband saying that he needed help. I have to be honest.
Yeah, that's what you guys are there for, to help each other out.
Yeah, but what a blessing because the kids that come down here, I call them kids, just become family members. They're just beautiful.
Absolutely.
Just beautiful.
And they truly transform by the end of the summer too,
No question. They become, to the point of during a sunset, they're out in front of the sunset saying a Paraklisi service, so beautiful. To the point of you walk into one of their intern houses and they're in there singing and dancing and, doing a, what's that thing that the Fajerios are real into, where you give out an act that someone dies. What is it?
Oh, the murder mysteries.
Murder mysteries.
Those
They
are fun.
do that. We did food contests where it was we just have a blast.
Yeah.
And then they go hiking and camping on their off times and really come together and grow as Orthodox Christians. It's beautiful.
Absolutely, yeah. There's I think that's something very essential, especially when you are like a young adult, still trying to like find your place in the Orthodoxy, still trying to find your place in the world, and so the ranch is a place where you could come down and you could find that part for yourself.
No question.
Through your friends, through the church. But it's also hard work. It's not for the faint of heart.
It's not for the faint of heart. Not a lot of people can really. You have to really be able to rough it. Sleep on the floor maybe, real hot. Bugs can't bug you that much. But in the long run, you come and you start taking off the scales of the American way of living, and then you just kind of get down to the bare basics where you just really enjoy being who you are and not have to pretend to be someone you're not. It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. There's something about just being down to the bare basics that kind of makes you become closer to people. It makes you feel more like filled, per se.
Absolutely.
You know?
So true.
Because it's so easy to get caught up in like your phone, like what's going on in the world, like politically, like just culturally, and it can get so like messed up in the brain. So when you're just down to the bare basics of life, just only the essentials, you grow more. Absolutely.
No question.
Yeah.
You don't care so much about if you wore the same pants for the 3 days or the shirt or you have a bad hair day. It just really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then you come up and play with these guys. Oh my gosh. So wonderful.
Oh, it's part of the appeal. It's part of the reason people come down.
That's right.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's definitely, that's something, when I was filming the news video for Project Mexico, the thing a lot of people said that they were kind of sad about was because of the barriers because of COVID, not being able to hang out with the boys.
Yeah.
I totally understand, you know, I totally get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so say like there's someone out there who wants to be an intern. What would you say like they need to do, like to do that?
Yeah, so the first thing I would do is pray to the Theotokos because really the Theotokos, the Panagia, these are her children and this is her ranch in St. Innocent's Ranch. I would definitely pray to them and say, and be open. I would like to come to your home and ask her. And if it's meant to happen, she will. And then definitely apply, start looking into it, seeing what you need to do, start learning some Spanish, get on Duolingo, you know, and start just dabbling in Spanish. That's so helpful. Get a Sentry card, a global entry card.
That's huge.
So you can get over the border quickly, you know. You don't have to go through the regular line. It's $100 for 5 years, but very well worth it. And then just, and then once the applications come in, then we process them and we interview, you know, people, and it matters about how many of the how many homes we're going to build, and that will tell us how many interns can come.
Yeah.
But I also want to make a shout out to other programs too that are just so wonderful, like Crossroads, a phenomenal program.
Love Crossroads.
OCMC, a phenomenal. IOCC, Orthodox Prison Ministry. We have so many great ministries to plug into. You know, I love this ministry I've been involved with for 12 years. But just so you get involved, the Orthodox youth camps. Do something that's going to inspire you and bring you plugged into to the Orthodox Church, for sure.
For sure. And for people coming down, a lot of them are kind of scared with the Spanish issue. You know, like, oh, I don't speak Spanish, all this stuff, yada, yada. If you know a base of Spanish, you'll do fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you can always build off a base. If you come down knowing absolutely nothing, then like, yeesh, you know, like, learn a little something, just a little something. But if you can build off a base, that's huge.
That's nice.
Yeah, and you know, Project Mexico, we do great things, but you know, like you were saying, there's so many other organizations who also do fantastic things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you can't come down to Project Mexico, do one of the other organizations.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't be like, oh, I can't do Project Mexico, so I'm not going to do any of them. Like, nah, just branch out.
Branch out and focus. That's another one I forgot. Yeah.
Focus
for
is great.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any like a story or something you'd like to tell us that you love?
One thing I love is just the interns are just such a blast. They're just so goofy and they just love to be around each other so much. I'll never forget. I was up at the house and I heard this scene going on, and I go, what's going on? And the groups are about ready to take off. I think there were maybe like 3 or maybe 5 houses being built that week. And all of a sudden I come down and all the interns are in a circle jumping up and down, singing together to hype everyone up as they go out.
That's awesome.
And it was just beautiful.
For
It was
sure.
beautiful.
Yeah, I've woken up, like, I like to sleep in. Definitely woken up to interns singing
Oh,
outside.
it's great. It's really great.
I mean, not when you're trying to sleep in. Besides that, yeah, totally.
And the safety, too, is a big issue for a lot of people. But just to let you know, there'd be no way we'd allow anyone down here if there was any problems with
Absolutely.
being safe. Because if, God forbid, anything happens, this place would not exist. So anyway, I've lived here for 10 years, raised 3 wonderful children. And so So I give my stamp of approval for sure.
You got a legitimate mother stamp of approval.
Yeah, and a Greek mother too.
And a
that
Greek
happens to
mother
be a
at
little
that.
more- Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, before we end, anything you want to plug? Like anything you want to announce? Because I know next summer we're open for interns. We're having interns.
Glory be to God.
Links on the screen and down below if you want to sign up for that. So we'd love to see you down here.
Please, please.
Anything else you'd like to leave with it? Leave us with?
I just want to leave you with just a couple comments of some overall experiences of what
perfect.
interns have actually said. Absolutely amazing, no words for it. Best thing I ever did this year. Great, best, grown in so many ways. Can apply it to my life. Amazing, incredible, thankful. First year, hardest experience, but best experience of my life, emotionally, physically, and mentally. Most amazing experience I've ever had. Unbelievable being with Orthodox interns. Don't have that at school. Best summer of my life. So cool, so much fun.
Oh, I love those. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks,
Sweet
honey.
having you. I hope everyone watching got inspired to potentially be an intern.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to come down. Love to have you.
Please do.
Okay, we have 2 more segments left in the show. We have Father Phil's segment, and then we have the future with Father Nicholas. So stay tuned. We'll see you there.
All right.
Hey, Father Phil.
Well, Luke, it's good to see you. You look very professional.
Thank you, in my t-shirt and short sweats.
Yes, yes. You put on your work clothes, I see.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? The Tiendita's going to be hot. We're going for comfort today.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, I see you're dressed appropriately as well.
Well, the priest, though, we don't have to worry about what color to wear.
You know, I'm sure that saves a lot of time in the
Plus,
morning.
I'm colorblind.
Fair enough, fair enough. I'm sure. Well, even so, even better, then you don't need to know what you have to wear in the morning if you're colorblind.
That's right. It's so beautiful. Such a blessing from God.
Absolutely.
Every day's a blackout.
Every day is a black. I love that. Do you ever get hot though, like in the sun in a black cassock?
I like not to think about it.
Don't let it mess with your mind. Don't let it mess with you too much.
I don't have a mind. No, it's been gone a long time ago.
But, you know, we like you anyway, so don't need to worry about it.
Well, it's nice, but it's not essential.
Well, anyways, Father, so you were a priest in Chandler, Arizona, for 25 years, something like that?
Well, 27 years in Chandler. Before that, 5 years in Stockton, California, St. Basil's.
Okay.
Before that, 2 years at Holy Transfiguration in Anchorage, Alaska. I was banned to Alaska.
Dang.
Then before that, 3 years as an assistant at Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Cathedral in Phoenix.
Oh my gosh, you've been all over the place.
37 years of priesthood.
37.
I'm still a priest. I'm retired, but I'm a priest at large.
Yeah.
I'm getting larger.
Well, and I feel there is something beautiful about like the priesthood, and that even when you retire, you still can do priestly things. You know, like confession, you still always do confession. Like Bible studies, like you can still do those. You can still like. It's more now like a priest being a priest on your terms per se.
Yeah,
correct?
we're only half dead.
You only have to. You know what? Good. Wait, so are you saying when you're a full priest, you're full dead? Is that what you're saying?
We'll explore that later.
Sounds good. So yeah, you've had quite the adventure. What brought you to Project Mexico?
Well, a good friend of mine by the name of Father Nicholas Andruchow,
Good guy.
said, you know, I need you. I need you.
Oh, nice. We got some pretty
so I
lots
said,
of
well, I got the time now, you know, but I only want to work part-time.
for sure.
So he decided to allow me to be his assistant. So I'm technically the assistant to the executive director.
Gotcha.
That's the hat I wear. I don't have the hat, it's invisible. I'm trying to imagine I'm wearing.
I
Do you see it?
I think so. I'm kind of picturing a sombrero, like a sombrero cowboy hat. That's what I'm picturing. Well, that's cool though. So then, what are your responsibilities with that?
Well, primarily, as I foresee it, it's to basically assist with the fundraising, the financial support, and the stability of creating the context in which this vital ministry can take place and blossom.
For sure.
It just doesn't happen without your support, your commitment, your love. It's essential.
Absolutely.
And like today, we're in a setting called Tiendita,
Yeah, Tiendita, exactly.
which is gift store.
Yeah, it's a little
Correct?
store. A little
Okay.
store.
This is one building on a 16-acre piece of property that has 12, 13, 14 different buildings. In order for the ministry to take place, these facilities have to be cared for, renewed, remodeled,
Yeah.
and things have to happen. They just don't happen without commitment and love. Not just words, but action. Action in which people decide to basically be put out of some of their financial resources because Jesus has compelled us to do so. It's not really, we need it as an option. But our salvation is pivotal to us responding to the call to take care of orphans,
Yeah.
to take care of the less fortunate. It just doesn't happen unless we listen to the voice of God and the tug on our hearts and allow this to be the trigger that brings the windfall of your blessings from God to become blessings of St. Innocent on Project Mexico. A wonderful, wonderful thing. I mean, 16 acres of property, we have the setting to transform the lives of many, many young people. And it's been happening for over 25 years. This ministry has been active. You know, we fail to realize the extent of the problem that this part of the world is facing. We live about 8 miles south of Tijuana, which is a city of a population of 2.5 million, probably 2 million people. And yet, my dear brother in Christ, Father Nicholas, informed me the other day, there are only 60 to 70 orphanages that take care of the needs of the orphans of this area. And the average number of kids in an orphanage is 40. So we're speaking of 2,400 orphans, girls and boys, that have been abandoned by their parents, their families, or been forced to because of financial hardship or the inability to care for their kids. And so the kids need somebody else to fill the role of the parents. And this is really the impetus and the call of us, you and I, together as a team, trying to accomplish the ministry of salvation. And you might say, well, tell us about the children that are here. Well, by Monday or Tuesday this week, we will have nearly 26 orphans that will be entrusted to our spiritual care, and to physical care, to nurture them, to feed them, to clothe them, to educate them, to spiritually form their soul. This is the deed that is entrusted to us. And so it's a very tall order.
Absolutely.
And these children come from a background of disenfranchised from their families, sexual abuse, living on the streets, depending on perhaps even theft in order to take care of their daily provision. Nothing which they wanted or asked for. It's just their cross of life. And our duty is to basically to lessen the burden of this cross. And I can assure you from my time here, looking at these children, there's miracles that are happening here every day because you have decided to care for them. You have made possible their transformation. Kids who now live with joy, who live with a sense of belonging, who fit into a larger family called the church. This is their family. This is their home. This is what you've made possible. You're to be commended for this. These children are coming from the most deplete and horrific circumstances, are becoming whole. They're becoming complete persons. Because of this, they will be able to succeed in life. Few people realize that a high school education in Mexico is considered to be a great achievement. If one graduates from high school in Mexico, they will have a very good chance of living at a middle to upper middle class living according to Mexico standards. And this is what we afford them because we make sure that they matriculate from elementary school through high school. And we even have several that have moved on to college. Some that are studying law, some that are studying theology, and future ones that will be studying medicine and veterinary science. This is what you have made possible, and this is what you are contributing to. A very, very wonderful, good feeling to know that we have heard the Lord Jesus and said, yes, Lord, I will care for the less fortunate. You can count on me, Jesus. And this is a true great, great blessing. One of the primary things that your financial giving will accomplish here is to see the instilling of faith, hope, and love in these children, where they will have a clear understanding of their Orthodox faith, a faith that will give them a sense of destiny. It will help them to know what life is and how to look at life in a wholesome, complete way, as opposed to a dysfunctional way from the settings they came out of. And likewise, they will have a chance, to feel hope, that they actually will know that there will be a better tomorrow for them because of opportunities that have been made available to them in this setting of this 16-acre piece of property. These children are prepared for the real world. They've experienced the worst of the world already, but they are ready now to go to the next step and experience opportunity. And these children, when they leave here, they do not forget this place. They continue to support us through their giving, through their prayers, through their visitations, and through their own encouragement. A wonderful, wonderful evidence of the success of this most necessary ministry. But most importantly, these children will be given love. They will know that they are loved, they are accepted, that they have a larger family, the family of God, that through the sacramental life of the church, they become entwined, connected with each and every other Orthodox Christian. It is that larger family that will sustain them and give them the ability to continue and the confidence to succeed. And so I'm excited about these things, Luke.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I am too.
Okay. Are you? Good, good. So there are many miracles that are taking place here. My perception of my task is to basically acquaint you and I, and those who perhaps have never been here, with what the ministry is here. That it's not merely just the formation of children, but it's also providing the opportunities for the homeless of Mexico in this region to have a home built for them. And perhaps because they will have a building, they can more sustain and take care of the needs of their family, and their children will not become orphans. And so we go a step before trying to solve the issue of the problem of orphans. So this is kind of what excites me about my opportunity to offer my service and to bring my expertise, or how little expertise I have, to the forefront. But Father Nick trusted me, but what does he know? No, I'm teasing. We're very good friends, and so we can tease each other like this, and it's very normal for us.
All in good humor. All in
Yes,
good faith.
yes, that's right.
Speaking of, by the way, Philip and being excited, a Philip in the audience just donated $100. So woo!
God
Thank you
bless
so
you. God
much.
bless you.
Felt like I'm glad you were inspired to do that.
And don't be hesitant to add another zero to that. It won't hurt that much.
Nah, everything can be
But
paid
thank you
off.
very much. Your gift is well received, and may God bless you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, Father, thank you so much. That was very profound and inspiring. I feel a little fire in my chest now.
Okay, well, it's good. I wish I had my notes.
You know, if that was, you're putting me to shame if that was all off the cuff.
But, I think you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
I mean, we'll hire you again.
Whew, shoot, man, you guys are putting me through college.
Well, let me check with your parents.
Yeah, good idea.
I'd
Good
want
idea. Awesome. Well, Father, thank you so much for joining us. We only have one segment left, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. So we're going to take a little break, and we'll see you guys back very soon.
Blessings.
Thank you.
Okay. Put on.
It is
For the
on. Hey.
Power of suggestion. I am really inspired by Philip. You know, he said put another 0, and he did.
And he did it.
Good job, Philip.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for your support. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks, Father Phil. That was great. You know,
I think he left the room, but thank you.
yeah, well, he's around here. Well, it's recorded, so we can play it back to him later.
There we go. We're like, hey, don't worry. We said thank you. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
So, Father, we're spending this whole time talking about Project Mexico, what we've been doing, what we're doing now. Let's talk about what we're doing in the future.
In the future. Well, you know, it is, I was going to bring out my crystal ball, but we don't believe in that in the Orthodox Church.
We don't believe
you know?
that. Believe it or not, we actually
maybe
don't.
in my past life, if I had one, I would have used that. But now we're thinking about what's happening tomorrow, which we celebrate the Feast of the Panagia, the Dormition of the Theotokos. Right after this, we'll celebrate fully in Spanish the feast day of the Dormition of the Mother of God, which is great. So I know what's happening about 2 hours from now. Tomorrow we'll celebrate, which is exciting. We will harvest one of our little piggies. That's what we do. Harvest one of the piggies. We'll have some nice stewed pork tomorrow, which
So
is
exciting.
a blessing. And we'll continue what we're doing, Luke. You know, is being faithful to the Lord.
Yeah, absolutely.
We wake up every day and you try to slow down and listen to Him. Quiet down and let Him touch your heart. Like we are being spoken to every moment to make a difference in the world. I've been coming down here for a while. 1995, actually, the first time. I know.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, we barely had a lease on the land. Barely had the lease on the land. And years working down here as a pig farmer. Then later on, coming down with groups. And I want to share about the experience of what God has in store for us in the future. Because He wants us to give. Okay? He wants to give. He wants to give because He gave so much. He gave His own Son, Jesus Christ, who saves us all, every single one of us. The letter of the Philippians, the name of Jesus is so, so powerful, chapter 2. And in this, we see that let's use that strength to give. So I was actually on a home building trip with Father Elias Villas, who gave $500. Woo! And the person we were building for described to us about giving. And he says, you give, and you have your hand full, and you let it go. Mm-hmm. But what are you left with? You're left with an empty hand to receive. You have space to be blessed, to be open to God, to work inside of you, to be filled with a life. That's the blessing of giving and sharing what you have. I've been here for now going on my 10th year, my first year, okay, because I'm on my first year, actually my 3rd month as the executive director.
Very excited.
It's pretty cool. And in these years of living down here as the priest, but I'm still a priest. And we are prayerfully looking for my replacement as the priest of the orphanage. And I know the Lord will guide us, the bishops, the seminarians who have graduated, those who have been touched to come and serve the orphanage. Now, as my experience, I actually received a gift being here. And a young boy came up to me. He says, hey, I was kind of inspired by some of the things you said. And so I made this little picture, which is pretty cool. Can everyone see this?
I don't see it. It looks like 2 ladders, something along those lines.
Yeah, 2 ladders, okay?
And 2 ladders, right?
2 ladders,
Yeah.
2 ladders. And one is a person in black, and the other one, a person in green. And it's about me and this young boy going to heaven together.
Aww.
Yeah, he made a laugh. I'm like, nice. he thinks I'm going to heaven. Maybe I am. Woohoo!
That's awesome.
And
That's so cute.
And as it says to Dan Succi, Father Daniel Succi, who says, to heaven together, to hell alone. That's what it is. And so we travel together. And I share that with you that's the blessings about giving. You give so much, you get so much back. We have different programs. I am encouraged by all the people who are participating. All the people that are dedicating their lives to this ministry. Like Father Philip says in his retirement, I was like, you're retired, but you're still young and strong. There's plenty of years left in you. Come and help out. Challenging these young adults. And not even me, it's God who's challenging. I'm just a vessel, and I'm continuing here. We thought we were going to be here 2 to 5 years, way back when.
What a different life we were living.
Yeah. And
when you tell all your friends in high school or middle school, I'll be back in a few years. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, we never made back to that great parish of Flagstaff.
Never did. Still love it though.
I can never imagine the sacrifice you made, Luke. Okay?
It's very sweet of you.
And I know that we never imagined we'd be here this long.
Yeah.
And the Lord blesses us. He's blessed us. He blessed so many people here. Like Shannon, who's here, who finally has a long-term pastoral help. We've had people in the past, but she's spearheading this for full-time missionary with OCMC, by the way. We have great OCMC missionaries helping out Project Mexico here. And that's a great way you can give, too. We have the students who need help. We have probably on Tuesday, with God's grace, we'll receive 3 more boys. Yeah. That's the plan.
3 more boys for the orphanage.
3 more boys to the orphanage. And so that process, takes qualified people like Shannon to teach them, sitting down with them about prayer, about the Lord. And also, but it takes them to pay the bills, to make sure we have enough tortillas, rice and beans. We wish him. And specifically, I know, thank you, Philip, again, for being an example. Father Elias, for $500, you sent Philip $1,000. That anonymous donor gave $2,000. That's great. $2,000 will sponsor one of the boys. We still have 2 more boys. Each one cost their tuition $2,000 apiece. I humbly ask, please give today to their education so that they can learn to read and write. They can excel. They can actually get a position that pays a living wage here in the Tijuana area. This is how we are blessed. And we get so much in return. I know one of the many things that we do is we try to get creative. Try to engage people. Because I know all of you are bombarded with, different demands at home, within your own personal lives, with the needs in your neighborhoods. And so I'm very grateful for the Lord touching those people so this ministry can continue. And so we try to get creative. It's like, okay, well, maybe I give towards the raising little piglets. I'm not really into that. But I'd love to help sponsor a boy in their education. Okay?
For sure.
And so, or possibly, I want to help a missionary like Shannon or Faley. She's an OCM missionary. Or Anna Cunningham, who's a home building coordinator. And she actually supports herself in this position, which is such an inspiration. She comes down here, she works, and she also encourages the faithful through Orthodox Christian Mission Center, OCMC, to be supported. And so it's great. I'm inspired by her, by Shannon, by Philly. And so you can actually support, or my wife, who's actually an OCM missionary also. She's actually officially an OCMC missionary. These people you can support online also. There's many ways you can reach out. But sometimes it's like, well, yeah, I want to help an individual, but I want to get a little creative. So we are going to take our surfboards out. Okay?
That's a boogie board.
Well, I don't want to bring the
giant surfboard.
So it's like, but it's a board that you can surf on. So
potentially, yeah.
But technically, okay. On September 25th, we'll be hitting the water again. Okay, and on that day, we're gonna do 5 miles in the open ocean. Okay, for the Swim for Hope.
Are you swimming?
I'll be in the water. I'll probably swim a little bit, but I'll be kayaking. I'm a good kayaker.
There we go. We need those too. We need those too.
Don't we? It takes all types.
Absolutely.
Okay,
all types.
But we Father Simeon Corona. Father Simeon Corona from St. Gregory and Nyssa has spearheaded this for over 6 years. And it's a different fundraiser that people can contribute. And I share with this you, not to give you another gimmick. We're not about gimmicks. We're trying to open up the path for the Lord to touch us all so we can give sacrificially. So we're reminded that the Lord has given us so much. Like Father Philip Armstrong, that seasoned priest who has chosen. Yeah, he can take it easy during his retirement, but no, he says like, no, I'm going to continue. I've served in the ministry for so many years. Now I'm going to continue and sacrificially give with his time. Come down here to Tijuana, Mexico, and help us. And you can help too by contributing to these different ways. So we'll have this one for hope.
Awesome.
Yeah, Swim for Hope, which is such a blessing. 5 miles in the open waters, and we will be doing the Lord's labor on the open ocean. Yeah. So that's some of the things in the future. Now the plans, sky's the limit. It really is the future. We need to work together, and so what? I am reminded by the God willing, the future operations director, Charlie Boardman, to potentially have an orphanage for more little people. This size, okay? Infants. It's something we've really have made a priority, and we'll see what happens. We are truly kept on our toes with the boys we have. Yeah, boys we have. And also 2022. Like I mentioned earlier in the program, summer, we're building.
We'll be there.
Great. We'll be there. The building schedule will be out in October. Sign up. It'll be a great summer, and I know, who knows how this crisis will continue. And no matter what the storm might bring, Christ prevails. Be comforted by that. Christ prevails. And we were reminded by that here, south of the border. And you're reminded by that every day you wake up. And you take a breath, and he's touching you. So that's some of the future there, Luke. And,
Perfect. Love to hear it. A lot of things to get excited about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is. Yep.
Well, I think that's just about Tiendita Night.
Is it really? Wow.
3 hours later.
Okay, 3 hours later. It's been pretty inspirational, Luke.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We've had some great time. We've looked over the education of Project Mexico, of the
Yep.
boys, home building,
Yep.
the religious education, intern program. I mean, like, what else is there to talk about?
One benefit, actually, I want to really emphasize, because we talked about supporting what we do down here. Many people support in different ways, but the most important is through prayer.
Absolutely.
Through prayer. And your prayers help tremendously. And I want to emphasize, it's kind of a selfish process, even though you might not know it. When you pray for somebody else, and you're motivated to pray, because you need to pray for us. We need to pray for Luke, okay? Luke, who's been inspired and also tasked to be the spokesperson in this venue and many other things. Pray for Shannon. Pray for Joshua, who's going to seminary. Not my son Joshua, okay, another Joshua, who's from Arizona, the Assumption Church of Arizona. He's been here for a month. He's going to seminary through God's grace, Holy Cross. Pray for us. We need to pray, okay, in desperation. All right? That's what we got to do. You have to do it at the point, and it's a good thing. Not always. We don't have to be always desperate. Sometimes we pray in joy, too. But pray in desperation. And when you do this, when you pray for this spot of need, okay, your relationship becomes closer to the Lord. And what more benefit could you ever get than that? By giving. You are receiving a closer relationship with God in prayer when you pray for us, because you're getting close to Him in those moments you reach out to Him. It works. It happens. You'll see. So pray. That's the most important. And pray for me, the new executive director. I'm really grateful for Father Demetrius. He dedicated 4 years of his life here. And now I strive through God's grace to continue in this leadership position. So pray for me also.
Yeah. We'll be praying for you. And we're very excited for the future of Project Mexico.
Okay. All right.
Well, before we finish up, I just want to give a shout out to a few people for putting this all together. Thank you all of our speakers we've had tonight. Shannon, Noel, Anna, Father Phil, my mom, everyone for coming down. I told everyone, hey, can I just steal you for 20 minutes or so for a bit of the show? They're like, anything for you, Luke. Yes, we got it. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to my assistant Josh, who's been my right-hand man, been helping me, getting stuff for me. I'm like, I forgot this. Can you do that for me? He's been the key to my success. Thank you to all the boys who've been coming and hanging out with us. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros hoy. Ha estado un placer tenerles aquí. Un placer Thank you to the counselors who've been helping get the boys down here and like making sure smoothly. Gracias, Marta. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias, Aaron. Mariano.
Thank yous. Gracias. And thank you so much for everyone watching. We could put on a show to no one, but that would be no fun. So thank you. Thank you so much for just dedicating a Saturday or like a few minutes out of your Saturday to come by and say hi. And thank you for donating.
Yeah, and everyone have a blessed Panagia feast, the Dormition of the Mother of God, the Theotokos, which is happening tomorrow.
Yeah,
so,
and before we go again, just a few reminders. Swim for Hope, tune into that.
Yeah, 25th of September, yep.
Home building and internships for 2022.
Yep.
Tune in for that.
Oh,
yeah. What else we got?
Got school buddies, school
school
starting
buddies.
up. You know, sponsor a boy. There's so many ways you can go into our program, sponsor a boy. We have like 18 who are actually fully enrolled right now, and then several in college too. So look how you can get enrolled in that.
Yeah, school boy. Our Amazon wish list, like we were saying earlier, we go through like at least 200 notebooks a year, so we need some more of those. If you'd like to learn more about Project Mexico, if you've never been down before, or if you have and you want to see more of it, we have a website, www.projectmexico.org, great place to go. Instagram and Facebook, which are updated regularly. We have a podcast, Stories of Hope, hosted by yours truly, Luke Andruchow. Great podcast, super fun. I'm a little biased, but it's still fun.
It's good stuff, man.
Yeah, you actually, at the time of this recording, you were our latest guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and so
nice.
we listened to
Okay.
that.
Beautiful.
We did our auction, and
yeah?
so if you participate in the auction, we will get those items to you as soon as we possibly can.
For sure.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
And we'll probably come out with either a post or a video within the next few days of how much we raised in total.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
and thank you, Luke. Okay. Yeah, you did a great job.
It was a pleasure being here. I'm always happy to be here. And yeah, to more projects in the future like this.
That's it.
To the future.
2022, Tiendita Night. May God be blessed.
I have to double my paycheck.
Oh yeah, crowns in heaven, Luke.
Crowns in heaven. There we go. Okay, well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.